beautiful truth seekers. Welcome back to Truth in Life Tarot. In this video, we are going to be going over where does your power lie? So I got this idea from Eye of the Serpent Tarot. She made a video called What is Your Special Magic? And I wanted to do a similar take on it. So where does your power lie? So for pile 1, we have the Tarot of the Magical Forest with the Heart Jade Crystal. For pile 2, we have the Weaver Tarot and the Jasper Bloodstone, crystal. For pile 3, we have the, I almost forgot the name of it, Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot with the Pyrite Crystal. And for pile 4, we have the Somnia Tarot with the Mother of Pearl Crystal. As usual, the timestamps are going to be down below, as well as the pre-shuffle. So I will see you at your pile. Bye. Hello and welcome to the pre-shuffle. So first up, we have the Animal Spirit Oracle deck. Let's see. Or the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. Animal Spirit, Spirit Animal. No, but it's actually called the Spirit Animal Oracle. So for pile 1, where does power lie? Pile 2. Pile 3. And pile 4. Right. So this is the Wishes Oracle deck from V Love and Crystals. I also did a review on this deck, which I will link in the description. She is also a YouTuber here, so you can check her out. A content creator here on YouTube. So let's see, for pile 1, what is your power lie? Okay, and for pile 2, let's see, pile 3. And pile 4. Okay. So next up we have the Gods and Titans deck. So this is going to be for the masculine, and we'll get the Goddesses and Sirens deck as well, but pretty much where your power lies as far as your masculine power, because everyone has masculine and feminine inside them. For pile 1, 4, pile 2, pile 3, Dionysus, could not pronounce it right. All right, and pile 4. Okay, last but not least, the Goddesses and Sirens deck for where your feminine energy lies. Pile 1. Where does pile 1's feminine energy lie? Pile 2. Pile 3. And pile 4. Feminine energy lie. I feel like there are more people that will identify as like more feminine than masculine for this reading. Not just for pile 4, just like this whole entire reading. Alright, so that concludes the pre-shuffle, and I will see you guys at your pile. Bye. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Tarot of the Magical Forest and the green jade, well, the jade heart crystal, then this is your reading. I have been tripping over my words all day. Hopefully I won't do that too much throughout the reading. But pile 1, where does your power lie? So you have the Knights, that is the Page of Swords, and it wants to be upright. Okay, so that's the Page of Swords, and then you have the Lovers in reverse. And it's Power and Child. I feel like you guys may be indecisive sometimes. You could be my indecisive pile. Your power lies... I feel like a part of your power at least lies in waiting. Oh my gosh! Right as I said that, the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about waiting patiently. Actually, it could be impatiently. But your power lies in taking it slow. Let's see what else comes out. You have the Two of Pentacles, so balance. So the more organized you are, the the easier it's going to be for you to manifest or achieve your goals. You have the Fool in reverse. I feel like you guys have to know what you're getting into before you get into it, especially with that Page of Swords. You guys are the kind of people to do your research before you do anything. Like, you're not the type to just to get yourself into something without knowing all the ins and outs, without reading the fine prints. Yeah, your power lies in organization and having all your ducks in a row and being prepared. Let's see. We have Justice. Yes, Libra energy. Okay, so some of you may be Libras, or you may just have that energy in your chart. But I am feeling that you guys, that indecisiveness, or you guys could be, I was going to say indecisiveness is like a part of who you are at this time. Or it could be that people perceive you in that way because you're so careful. Let's get one more. And then the back of the deck energy. Definitely, I feel like you guys resonate with that better safe than sorry mentality. And back of the deck energy is the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so, and then the last card that came out was the Five of Wands. Okay. Pile 1. Your power lies in waiting and knowing, research. I feel like with this card in particular, with the Seven of Pentacles, that you like seeing where you put in your work, so that you know that it's like you like having that physical evidence. So it's like that for you is very powerful, because it lets you know that you will reap the rewards. So like if you were, it's not enough for you to just think of something and then like plan to do it at a later date. For you, your power lies in actually doing, putting in any kind of physical work that needs to be done. And I feel like for some of you, it could like let your mind, keep your mind at ease. And if you don't have that, then you could be in like this Two of Pentacles. I'm also feeling like kind of Two of Swords energy, where you're indecisive. You kind of feel like you're at a standstill. Yeah, and even with like this Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you guys already know this. Like, you already know that that is how you operate, because that is how you have yielded results. That is how you have gotten to a place where, and if not now, this could be in the past, where you've done it in the past and you've been able to see this. But this is how you were able to get to some place where you felt comfortable, where you felt accomplished, and yeah, like where you felt like independent and strong. That's another thing. Like, you guys could also, your power could lie in being independent, doing things by yourself, because you do have the Lovers, which is about unity and decision, and well, yeah, unity actually. Unity is a big part of what I'm getting with this card. But when it's in reverse, it's just like, no, you like doing things on your own. Like, that's how things get done. It's like, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. With this Five of Wands, yeah, definitely, it goes back to what I was saying about the Lovers in reverse, because with this Five of Wands, I'm getting that you guys, if there's like someone or something that needs to be cleared out, you have to clear that out before you can go forward. Like, you can't just pretend that that's not there while you go on about your business. Like, that has to be cleared out. some of you, it could be like you know, like when you're in school and like you wait till the last minute to do like a project or your homework or whatever. Some of you could thrive off of that as well with this Five of Wands, where it's like your back is pushed against the wall and it's like I have to do it now. Like there's no more waiting, there's no more procrastinating, it has to be done right now. So some of you could thrive off of that as well. Let's see. I'm gonna get your oracle cards here in a minute. Is there anything else? So I'm being called to reiterate that you guys really need to see the physical, like you really need to do the physical work, and that really helps you. So if you are planning on doing something, it's not enough to plan it in your mind or even write things down, even though research is definitely a part of where you guys get like your power from. But what really makes it stick and what really makes it last longer, and what's really going to bear the fruit that you want, is when you put the actual work in. So going back to that school work example, if you're not yet at the point where this is a project that is due tomorrow and it's like 10 o'clock the previous night, what you would probably be doing is doing all your research like the first day that you know that, or within the first week that you know that this project is due, and then you would actually go to the library, get the books and all that. Maybe write a layout for this page, or if it's like not like a paper project, you would like start to get the physical work on the project that you're doing. And then that's where I feel like you guys forget about this, or you kind of downplay this, but that is really where a lot of your power lies. Some of you may already know that you are good at research, or you are good at preparing. Luck favors the prepared, you know. What's her name from Edna Mode from The Incredibles said that. So I feel like that is kind of your mantra, but also what will really help you is putting the physical work in. It is not enough to do the research, and it's not enough to do it alone. It's not enough to just be organized or to kind of know what you're getting into. You guys have to put in the physical work, and that is, I feel like that's a silent part of where your power lies. Let's see. Yeah, organization. I don't remember which card came out. Oh, it was the Two of Pentacles. So with Justice card, I'm also getting more of that organization, because in a lot of Justice cards, like you see the sword. Oh, it's in this card too. It's just kind of hard to see, but you normally see like the sword in one hand and the scales in the other. So everything has to be balanced, like balance, organization. With the sword, that's knowledge, research, wisdom, communication as well. And Libras are like very analytical. Well, they're easygoing as well, but they could be very analytical. They're also very polished. So that is definitely a part of where your power lies. It is the only, you have 3 major arcanas, and that's the only one that was upright, so that could be heavy in your chart. If not, don't worry about it, just take it as it resonates. But yeah, let's see what your oracle cards have to add. You have Coyote Spirit, trust in divine detours. So if you guys, if something comes up, like if you're already in the middle of something and something comes up, you have to be able to go on that detour. So if you plan something out and then something else happens, something outside of your control, your power lies, and I feel like this is what you need to work on, because some of you can kind of get stuck in what you organized the first time, but a part of where your power lies is in that detour. Like, you have to trust that things are going to be okay, because you have the power to make it okay. Like, it's going to be okay because you're the one doing this. You know, like, you're the one that is doing all of this preparation. You're the one that's done all the research. So there's like a flowing, like a loosening up energy here as well. So where where there's a lot of energy in organization for you guys, there's also a need to be able to go with the flow. If something comes up, you need to be able to adjust. So I'm actually going to read the book on that one. So that's 16. Okay. Do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Coyote spirit trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you the lessons you have forgotten to learn. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate joy, love, and prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co-create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twist, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Wow, okay, I'm gonna keep reading. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. And I'm gonna hold up the protection message in case you guys want to read that as well. But yeah, Coyote Spirit is just calling you guys to be able to be flexible. If something comes up while you had planned everything to a T, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Like, we can do this. Like, you got this. You can adjust and everything will be fine. So I'm actually going to do your masculine and feminine first. I'm going to start off with the feminine. So this card is going to tell us where your feminine energy lies. So for some people, they are actually, for most people, I would guess, they have more masculine or feminine energy inside them, and one of them is probably more on their mind, I guess, like it affects them more day to day than the other. So this is to kind of split them apart so that you can know exactly which energy from the feminine or the masculine is where your power lies. So this is the feminine energy, and you have Vesta, home. And I'm going to read the book on that because I am not familiar with this goddess. For your masculine energy, you have Nuada, perfection. And for your wish card, you have opportunities. Okay. So, starting off with Nuada. So, Nuada is a deity that... So, his story is that, like, everyone wanted him... Okay. I don't remember if they like wanted him to be king or something, but I know like he was really popular, but there was a rule that says that any king or any god has to have like all their body parts and be like a full perfect human being. So what he does is, I forgot what, like something happens where he is able to get this arm. So he gets this arm, and then he's pretty much just accepted as, like the god that he wanted to be. Well, it's not that he accepts himself that way. So it's like the message that you get with this card is more so that perfection is not something... No one is perfect, and that's not a problem. Like, that's not a problem at all, because as you can see, he creates his own perfection. Like, he bridges the gap so that he's not perfect the way he originally, or the way people originally thought of the word perfect, but he's pretty well off. Like, he was able to make an adjustment, kind of like that go with the flow energy. It's like, so things may not turn out to be perfect. Like, all your organization and all of your studying, all the work that you put in, it may not yield the exact result that you want, but that's okay, because that is what you end up getting for all your hard work, that is for you. You may not want to, I mean, the thing that you wanted may not be fully aligned with you, or you may not have it for other reasons, but this is definitely a call to not focus so much on perfection, no matter how hard that you work, and more so focus on the things that you can do, the work that you can put in. So I'm actually gonna, you know what, I'll do opportunities first. So with your wish card, you have opportunities. So I feel like for this pile, what that means for you guys is that your power lies in the not only the opportunities that you make for yourself, but when you get an opportunity, like when an opportunity is presented to you, you are able to thrive in that. It's kind of like if someone, like if your boss gives you an assignment, and especially if it's something that you can do by yourself, you are going to kick that assignment's ass. Like, you are going to be amazing at it. I feel like your power lies in knowing that it doesn't matter whether an opportunity comes to you from the outside or whether you create one, you are going to thrive at it. Like, that is where your creativity comes out. That is where your power comes out. Especially if it's something that you can, that you're either confident in or that you can prepare for beforehand. So let's read Vesta. Okay, establish a solid home base. Protection is necessary or granted for your space. Keep the home fires burning. You may be moving soon. Vesta is the Roman goddess of home and hearth. As a key protective deity in Rome, a hearth containing a sacred flame would always be lit at her temples and shrines. Ideally, these fires would not be allowed to go out, showing not only honor to the goddess, but also symbolizing the warmth and comfort of the home to its family. Okay, it goes on to say Vesta's temple in Rome was considered the sacred heart of the city. It contained the hearth, a large fire that burned constantly. The second fire, one of protection, was also within the temple. The temple of Vesta was one of the only places of worship in Rome to be circular in design. Okay, and this is the invocation, in case anyone wants to read that. Okay, hang on. There you go. So, and I'm actually going to pause it here in case anyone wants to read on. There you go. So I'm going to read like one or two more paragraphs down. And it was completely covered to keep the weather from snuffing out the holy flame. The saying, keep the home fires burning, was inspired by this practice when the men in Rome left on military duty and their families prayed to Vesta in order to ensure their safe return and to keep the fires of love stoked. Vesta thus plays a role as protectress not only of Rome itself, but also the institution of the Roman family, wherever it may have extended to. Okay. So, for you guys, if there is something that you have to protect, if there is something that you feel that you have worked hard for, it could be your home, your family. For a lot of you, that's what it's going to be, but it doesn't have to be. It could just be something that you feel really attached to, something that is very foundational for you. That is also where your power lies. So if you worked hard for your home where you reside now, if you have children, if you have investments or like a business or something like that, your power lies in keeping that physical place and like the energy of that place operational. So for some of you, if things are not right in your home area, that has to be fixed first before everything else goes into order. Like if that messes up, everything could like just fall apart, like just fall down like a house of cards. So, and not to say that everything will be like completely destroyed, but it will definitely be a hot mess. It won't be organized because the home is not organized. So for a lot of you guys, whichever way it applies to you, your power lies in the home or in the foundation of your life. Once you protect that, once you're able to get that in order, everything else is much easier and it flows much easier. So let's see, let's get into your charms. Once again, I changed up the whole charm box situation, but you guys will see what we're working with here. As usual, we're going to start out with the runes, though. That has not changed. And then the letters. Get one more. Okay. Next, we actually have numbers. And new charm box. So, as per usual, I don't look in here as I'm getting your charms. I just shuffle around until I feel like it's time to pull out some charms. And I'm going to start shuffling right now. Okay, starting off with the rune, you have Isa. Isa is a rune about obstacles, like I think it's like ice pretty much. So obstacles, psychological blocks, frustration. So I'm getting this with two ways. Some of you, like I was saying with the Five of Wands, you could thrive off of that, having your back up against the wall type of energy. And for some of you, even though you could thrive off of it, that's not like a constant thing. Like, you do need to have that cleared out. And or like I was saying with the home card with Vesta, that has to be cleared out before everything else falls into place. You can't have like your foundations or your mind kind of all up like entangled, and have everything fall into place. Like, your power lies in clearing that out, having the challenges met, getting things done, and just going on from there. Let's see, for your letters, you have O, E, and E, and you also have J and P. So these letters could be anything. They could be initials, they could be abbreviations for something else. However it resonates for you. It's not going to resonate for everyone, though. You have the number 8, and you also have the number 4. So for the number 8, and I know like different people have different associations with the numbers. A lot of people they think of 8 and they either think of the strength card in tarot, or they think of infinity because it looks like an infinity symbol. The number 4 does correspond with home, like that kind of dependable foundation energy for a lot of people. It could like the Emperor, that could make you think of the Emperor. Let's see, you also have, okay, so you have this is the extra, this is a blank room that came with the set, but I put it with the charms because these runes are lapis lazuli. So lapis lazuli is a crystal about knowing. It's about knowledge and intuition, and really just the power of knowing. Like, this is one of my favorite crystals when it comes to knowledge, the pursuit of knowledge, opening up the third eye chakra. It's just really good for people who want clarity or knowledge. So that's definitely, put that right over the Page of Swords. You guys also have the Tiger's Eye crystal. So Tiger's Eye is all about energy, courage, fire energy, so like that passion, that drive. It is also a protection stone as well. You guys have the green sea glass. So the sea glass is all about transformation, and it corresponds with the water element. The color green corresponds with the earth element. And I feel like for you guys, this is like a little side note that it is important to remember to nourish yourself and like mentally nourish yourself. Like your power does lie in like the things that you can do in the physical and like all the research you can do, but for some of you this is a side message that don't forget to nourish yourself and to take care of yourself. You also have the gold bell. So the bells represent belief, and you guys got the gold one. So more solar kind of power energy, and fire energy as well. Gold also corresponds with success, and I really do believe with this pile, if you guys believe that you will succeed, you will just naturally do all the things that you need to do to succeed. It could be a bit hard if you are impatient or if you have trouble being organized, but once you get that out of the way, success is like in your hands. Like it is much more easier to obtain. So you also have the pawn chess piece. So I have all the chess pieces in there. I just have one of each. So the pawns represent like the step-by-step nature of kind of like that carefully like that careful planning energy, especially in this case. I think it was at the beginning of the reading where I said that you guys are the kind of people that read the fine print. Like you like to take your time to know something before you do it. So this is more of that energy where it's step by step. You guys are not zooming anywhere. You are doing things slowly, methodically. Yeah, because you want to be sure that each step means something. You want to make sure that everything that you're doing counts. Alright, so that is all I have for you, Pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know how I did. Hit subscribe if you are not subscribed already. So I am on Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and Reddit. I also do personal readings now. I will not reach out to you for a reading. Like, apparently that's a thing where like people pretend to be readers and they reach out to other people. Like I will never do that. I do offer like these very short free readings on Reddit, but that I'm not going to reach out for you for that. You have to come to me. You have to DM me for that. But yeah, I hope you like this reading, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. For those of you that chose the Weaver Tarot and the Jasper Bloodstone Crystal, then this is your reading. So, where does your power lie? You have the Three of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Cups, the Ace of Cups, I want two more and then I'll get the back of the deck energy. Alright, you also have the Three of Cups. You could enjoy helping others. Let's see. So that was the Six of Wands, and the back of the deck energy is the Devil. Okay, so this kind of seems like a mixed bag. So Pile 2, I'm getting that some of you, like, you get your power from helping people. Like, you have to like see the fruit of your effort. With the Three of Wands, this is something that, like, I feel like it doesn't matter to you whether it's something in the future or now. Um like if you do something now, it doesn't matter whether you see like how it helped that person now or in the future. You have the Five of Swords. I'm going to show you guys all these cards because they're hard to see if they're not like right at the camera. Nine of Cups. Ace of Cups. Three of Cups. Six of Wands. And the Devil. So for some of you, like your family, like being able to provide for your family in this way where like you are supportive and like you're able to give, that is where you get your power from. There's also, yeah, I feel like you really like being that person. Like if there's something going on, if there's some sort of conflict or strife, I feel like you like to be able to solve that problem. Like you have the resources and the, I guess this is so weird to say. It's almost like you're good, you're well enough on your own that, yeah, that you can help others. That's what I was trying to say. Like you like offering like that cup, like you, the offering of like your feelings, your support, whether that be monetarily. And I don't have any pentacles here, but I do feel like for some of you it could be monetary. The fact that you can do that for other people is where your power lies. Like you're very good for support. And I feel like a lot of you already know that, and you already are like naturally, or I should say that you know enough that you're already kind of doing this in some way, shape, or form. With the Devil card here, this could be okay, so I'm getting this could be in like a negative way as well. So if you want to be dependent on, um de- yeah, dependent on, then you could be purposefully seeking out people who would depend on you, and therefore they are like bound to you in that way. But that is like, for some of you, that's where you're at, where that's just what you want. So, and this is like for like some guys, this is like a stereotype where like they want someone who needs them. So they will purposefully seek out, like if they're a man and they're interested in women, then they will purposefully seek out a woman who is not in the best place in life, or someone who just needs help. Like maybe they're like a single parent or something, or they're just like not in a good place and they don't have everything going the way they want to for them right now. They would rather be with someone like that because it makes them feel powerful. It makes them feel like that is their purpose. It makes them feel like a big good person. So for some of you, it could be like a savior complex where like you want to save the day, or you just like want to be the solution to the problem. And I feel like in to a certain extent, you got like in one way or another, by the time you're watching this reading, you have already helped someone in this way before. Like it may not be in that example I just said, but I feel like in one way or another, you've helped someone that was did not have as much resources as you, and they really needed help, and they may not have been fully dependent on you, but you definitely got something from that energy exchange. So this is interesting. So you could really like seeing yourself in this Nine of Cups energy. So that's why, yeah, like at the beginning of this reading, I was just like, okay, this is kind of split or like scattered, because I was feeling this like want to help people. Like this kind of want to be of help, of use. And then I was just like, okay, so the reason you want that is because, and it's not going to be the same degree to everyone who chose pile 2. But to a certain extent, you guys like want that kind of, like, you want to be independent, and powerful in that way, but you want someone to be dependent on you. Like that's, you feel more powerful that way. And this could be children. This could be like if you are in any place of power. You could be an employer. You could be just the breadwinner of a relationship. You could be an older sibling. And literally any place where you have power over another person or where they need to depend on you in some way, shape, or form. That's where you guys thrive. So there is a call to be careful with that, because that can be a very, like, that can turn pretty dark pretty quick. So make sure that when you are helping people, it's not like you think about it as not just about you, because you can still help people and people can still be dependent on you without having that person, the dependent person, being crippled. So it's important to not keep the person dependent on you, just because this is like how you feel the most powerful. I think that's just me putting my 2 cents into it, because yeah, that can get pretty dark pretty quick. But let's see what your oracle cards have to add. I'm going to start off with your masculine and feminine cards. So one of these cards is going to say like where your masculine energy power lies, and the other, the feminine power. For some people, one is more prominent than the other, and I get the feeling that even if like you're a feminine watching this, it's not just about like, oh, this the feminine card is like where your power lies and that's all you need to pay attention to. Like the masculine is important as well. You need to be able to harness that energy as well as the energy that you already have. One might be more dormant than the other. You may already know about this as far as where your power lies, but let's see what you guys have. For your feminine, you have Isis protection. So yeah, that's kind of like that motherly like dependence, not dependent, I almost said smothering, but like, you know, like when, you know, at some point everyone has to depend on their mother, on their parental figure. You guys really like the fact that people are dependent on you and that you are their protector. You are their source of defense, protection, nourishment. So yeah, I get the sense that you guys already knew about that. But let's see what you get for the masculine. You have Odin guidance. Okay, so that's interesting. So yeah, I guess it goes back to like that nurturing, like what I was saying with the devil. It's kind of like with the devil and also with this Isis card as well. So with the Odin guidance card, I'm getting that you like being that source not only of nourishment or protection, but also just of knowledge. Like again, this is like what I was saying about how this can turn dark really fast, because some people use this in a negative way, where they will purposefully withhold information because they want to keep someone dependent on them. So just be careful with that, you guys. And by the way, just because you're in a certain space now and this is where your power lies now, doesn't mean that it's always going to be that way. This could change, and you probably were not always this way, like when you were a dependent yourself, like when you were living with your parents, or when you were just less successful, less knowledgeable. You may not have been in this energy. So if you are hearing something that you don't like in this reading, but it does resonate with you, don't take it as just like, oh, this is how I am, or anything like that. If you are hearing something that resonates but you want to change it, you absolutely can change it. It is not something that is written in stone. This is just the energy that I'm picking up now. So if you hear anything that you don't want, or if you like feel the need to proceed with caution because this is where your power lies and it could turn into a negative. Please proceed with caution and act accordingly because this is just for your knowledge. This is to help you, and if it can help you to change and you feel like changing, then by all means do so. But I'm gonna get more into details with these deities. So Isis is so this is an Egyptian goddess. So, and I will have to read the book for her story because I only remember very slight, like not enough to to just keep going and not read the book. So this is a very knowledgeable goddess. Like she is, I think her and Thoth, if I'm not mistaken, they are like the most intelligent, like they are the most like kind of all-knowing, all-seeing of the deities of this pantheon. So she is very knowledgeable and she like knows how to protect. Like it's not like the physical protection, like I think of like muscles and like people working out. Not that that's not a part of her energy at all, but it's more like the background, the knowledge, the magic, the mysticism. That's more what this deity is about. On the flip side, you have Odin, who is kind of the like a similar story with him, except he is like, okay, there is some debate on like like who is the most knowledgeable of the Norse pantheon, but he is definitely one of the most knowledgeable. He gave his, I don't think it shows it in this picture. If it does, it's hard to see, but he gave one of his eyes to gain more wisdom. He is called the Allfather. So he is one that people look to for guidance. He is also a warrior as well. Yeah, because he's like the king of Asgard, at least until, well, let me not say that because I'm not gonna lie, like my Marvel kind of gets mixed up in my actual Norse, so I wanted to say at least until Thor became king, but I'm not gonna lie, that could be mistaken. But let me read the Isis card for you guys, and then we'll go on to the rest of your oracle cards. But the Isis card says, you are loved and protected even through the most difficult of trials. This is a time for healing. You need mothering or to use your mothering energy. Magic is happening. Okay. So I'm going to read a little bit because that kind of that was kind of what I was going with this, but I'll read like the first two paragraphs. Isis is the daughter of the sky goddess Nuit and the earth god Geb as the wife of Osiris. She is one of the most enduring symbols of loving motherhood, dedicated wifehood, and feminine protective energy. Isis's love and devotion to Osiris after his brother Set killed and dismantled him is a central story in the mythology of the ancient Egyptians. The storm god Set became jealous of Osiris and killed him. In his rage, Set dismembered the body, hiding the pieces so that Osiris could not be resurrected. Okay, it's all coming back to me. She like gets all these pieces and like brings him back to life. Like I remember this now. Okay. When Isis discovered that her husband has been murdered, her grief was immense. Some say her tears triggered the Nile's annual flood. Not satisfied that her great love would never attain eternal life, Isis traveled the earth looking for the pieces of Osiris. She found him piece by piece, advised by the god of knowledge, Thoth. Yeah, that's what. Okay, so Thoth is the god of knowledge, and she is more so. She is very knowledgeable as well, but she is more so of that protective, protection energy, like that motherly protection energy. But it goes on to say, advised by the god of knowledge Thoth, she cast a powerful spell which brought her husband back to life long enough for her to conceive a son, Horus. Osiris retreated back into the underworld where he ruled from then on. So do you see how like far she went? Like she went literally across the world, like all over the world, to search for the pieces of her husband to bring him back to life, but he couldn't become back to life like the way she is, and he had to stay in the underworld. So she was able to keep him alive long enough to conceive a son. But wow, like the dedication, like the dedication that it takes to do that. That is a part of what you guys have. So that is more of the light side of it. I feel like we talked a lot about the light side, but the negative side was more like a blaring, like, hey, don't forget about this, like you need to pay attention to this. But there's also a very loving side to this pile, where you guys, like, when you guys love something or someone, like, you really do go the distance for them, and you will really do anything and everything for them. So let's see, for your, I'll do your wishes card first. You have wealth. So you guys could be more well off than the people around you. That could be, I was getting that with the Nine of Cups as well. Like, you're that person that has some to give. So you may or may not have a family of your own, but you could feel better and you could find power in helping others outside of your family. It could be people within your family as well, but I do feel like for some of you it's not your immediate family. It could be like an uncle or something. It could be not family at all. You could be like into charity work or something like that, where it's not your direct wealth, but it's wealth that you can give. It's help that you can give others. So yeah, take that as it resonates, because we have your spirit animal card and it says dolphin spirit, this and that are true. Wow, that is a really powerful card to end on, because this is saying that both the negative and the positive is true for this pile. So to what extent, only the individual person will know. But for all of you that chose this pile, if it resonated with you, because if it didn't resonate, then you may have to choose another pile, or this reading just might not be for you. But for those of you that did resonate with this message, you do have a bit of the negative and the positive in you. So like, you could be smothering, you could be kind of withholding knowledge, or like withholding your full help so that people can be more dependent on you, but you are also like there to a fault. Like, you will instead of doing something for yourself, you are like the kind of person that would spend your time helping someone else. So this and that are true. It's not that if you're one of these things that the other doesn't apply to you. Both of them are true, and that is really important. It's important because if you didn't like anything that I was saying in this reading, or if it felt like kind of bad to hear, you can decrease that part of yourself and focus more on the positive. Focus more on helping people long term, if that's what you need to do. But yeah, just remember this and that are true. It's not like, oh, if this doesn't apply then none of it applies, or it's not like that. Like, you can have two opposing things happening at the exact same time. But let's get into your charms. Runes first. That would be kind of crazy if you get the rune for Odin. Let's see. Nope, you didn't. Okay. I kind of love it when stuff like that happens, but I appreciate the other messages as well, because sometimes it's just like a copy of what I was saying before, and some people may need to hear that, but other people, I feel like they want or need that different perspective and not the same message from a different card or a different source twice. But let's see what your letters are. And here are some numbers. And last but not least, the charm box. So as usual, I don't look in here as I shuffle. I just shuffle around until I feel like it's time to take out some charms. So I'm going to start shuffling now. Alright, so let's start off with your rune. You have Jera. So Jera is a rune of prosperity. It also represents peace and a fruitful harvest. So you guys could be that. And it would just so happen to, like, I always put the rune right in the middle of like the tarot, and that just happens to be the Nine of Cups. So that goes in line with what we were saying earlier about how you guys could be like that prosperous person that gives to others. You're like the I want to say like harvest, like you could be someone else's harvest, as weird as that is to say. um and you do, it's about success too, so it's like harvest, like you work hard and then you receive the fruit of your labor, and you do guys do have the Six of Wands here. So that success is something like actually being able to help people successfully is where your power lies. Like you like seeing that end result. For your, actually I'll do the letters first. Your letters, you have G, T, another G, and X. Is that all for the letters? Yeah. For your numbers, you have the number 10. Oh, you have the number 10 twice. How about that? So the number 10 corresponds to endings and beginnings. It could have, like, some people have different associations with the numbers. So however it associates for you, take it that way. You have, for your astrological dice here, you have Aries. So Aries is, oh, and you have this one too. I'll get to this in a second. So the Aries energy is all about like kind of action energy. It could be like kind of goes back to what I was saying about like how there could be like a negative aspect to this pile as well, because Aries are also known for being kind of pushy or aggressive, but they do also get stuff done. Like they are very direct, brave, fearless. Going back to this Isis card, like if there's something that they want done, they will do it. They could have like a deep sense of justice where like they will put the energy and the drive into something if they feel like something is not right. Let's see, for your T card, your little T messages, it says your strength is shared when you are present for others. Wow. Okay, so that's what I was getting throughout this reading, where your strength is like that is truly how you get your power. Like when you are present for others, when you show up for others, you feel powerful. Like you even gain power from that. So you knowing that you're going to do that makes you powerful, and then when you're actually doing it, you get power from that as well. So you're getting it from all angles, as long as you are like helping people, as long as you get that satisfaction of knowing that you are helping someone. You also have never regret your mistakes, admire the courage it took to attempt the unknown. So for some of you, yeah, like especially if it involves helping people, if you make a mistake, you're not going to be worried about that, or this is a call to not be worried about it. So if something did not end in success and it kind of seems like it could be a waste of time, this is saying not to regret that, because like the purpose and the intention was still there, especially if you had good intention, like that was still there. And it's not a mistake, it's not a waste of time just because it did not yield the results that you wanted. So we also have the New York sandal travel charm that I have. So so you guys could, and like in order for you to achieve this goal, like of helping people and getting that satisfaction, it could involve a lot of travel. You could be helping people that are not where you physically live. You could actually live in New York, or you could be from there. You could have some significance to there. But yeah, I feel like the way that you guys help, it's like it reaches far. It's not necessarily the people that are immediately around you. So you have the gold bell. So the bells corresponds with belief, and you guys got the gold one. So that is solar energy, fire energy. That's why I also thought of like the fact that these two came out together, because sometimes the gold and like the fire energy it reminds me of Aries. Like Aries is usually like the first one that I think of, unless there's like something else in the reading that points to one of the other fire signs. But in this case, it was Aries. So yeah, that's and it's also about success too. Gold corresponds with success, and you did get the Six of Wands here. So success is really a part of where your power lies. The success of others, as far as you're concerned, that could be your success as well. Especially if for some of you, it will probably feel a bit better if like they were dependent on you, and for some of you it's less about that and more about their success, period. And last but not least, you have the Knight chess piece charm. So I have all the courts, I don't know what you call court pieces. I don't know what you call these pieces, but I have all those pieces in the charm box. And you guys got the Knight. So the Knight does not move directly. It has to move like in an L shape in order to move across the board, in order to take other pieces. So you guys, the way that you move may not be direct. That's kind of what I was getting before, especially with the Devil card, is that the you may achieve your goal, and that goal may be helping people, or help, giving people information, but it's not, for some of you, it's not in the most direct way, where it's just like, oh, I just like helping people. Like, no, for some of you it's a bit more where like you like being the one with the knowledge, being the one that people depend on. Not all of you. It's just going to be some of you that chose this pals. Take it as it resonates, but it's not going to be straightforward, is my points. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know how I did. Hit subscribe if you are not subscribed already. You can also catch me at Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and Reddit. So I do on Instagram and Tumblr, I mostly just do readings. On TikTok, I do inspirational messages, as well as readings, or like kind of general readings where like if it comes up on your For You page, it's for you. For Reddit, every once in a while I'll do the free tarot readings where like I'll say the readings has opened up, and then the people that message me within like however long I'm doing this, they will get a very small free reading. Also, I will never reach out to you for a reading. I do offer personal readings, but I'm not going to reach out to you for that. You can DM me on Reddit if if I'm doing that at the time and you want a small personal reading. But other than that, just personal readings. So, yeah, that is all I have for you, Pal 2. And I will see you soon in another reading. Bye. Hi, Paul 3. For those of you who chose the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot and the Pyrite Crystal, then this is your reading. So, where does your power lie, Paul 3? What is the source of your energy? Alright, we have the Nine of Potions, which is the Nine of Cups. We have the Devil. So that's interesting. Pile 3 also had the Nine of Cups and the Devil. Not in the same places, but in fact, they had the Devil as the back of the deck energy, and their Nine of Pentacles, Cups was like right in the middle. So you have the Three of Cups in reverse. I think they also had the Three of Cups. This is, okay, let's see if there are any similarities here. You have the Five of Swords in reverse, and you have the Page of Cups. So these 4 cards were in the last pile. So this, I think I said pile 3 earlier. the last pile was pile 2, and that's the pile that had all these similar cards. Okay, and the back of the deck energy is the 10 of Wands. So you have the 9 of Pentacles. It's funny because I said that earlier when I was describing the 9 of Cups. And you also have the 9 of Wands. So lots of 9s here. So, pile 3. Your power, I feel like there's a lot of self here. So you could be very independent. You could have this energy of not wanting to depend on other people. Like it's all about you. And like if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself type of energy. So far, this is kind of like a mixture between pile 1 and 2 because pile 1 was very independent and pile 2 was, they were independent as well, but it was more so that their power lies in helping people. So they had enough resources or knowledge to help others. But for you guys, I get the sense that it's mostly about you. You have the 3 of Cups in reverse, which kind of looks like it would be the 3 of Pentacles card, but this is the 3 of Cups and it's reversed. So is it gonna focus? Nope. Okay. So you could be very self-oriented. That's not to say that you're selfish. It could just mean that you're like, when you come to this reading, you could just be working on yourself, like, because we're working on ourselves all the time for the most part. But you guys are taking a more active role to it. You also have the 5 of Needles, which is the 5 of Swords in reverse. So you could have already conquered any kind of strife, or this is what it looks like upright, or any kind of issues that arose. But your power lies in being able to get things done. You do have the Devil here, so that's Capricorn energy. That could be like energy of you being stuck as well. But for you guys, I feel like it's more so that Capricorn energy of getting things done, like the things that need to be done, like you just get it done. You're very dependable, very driven, very determined, very strategic and persistent. Especially like with the 9 of Wands here, because the 9 of Wands is like the wounded warrior energy. So like you could be on your last leg and like that is your strength. I'm almost getting like shonen energy. Like if you've ever watched anime where it's like there's this guy and he's like the main character, but instead of having like the power of friendship, you guys, I feel like you guys conquer with like the power of yourself. Like when you're down and out, that's where you're more likely to get your boost. Let me move this chair. There. It's a bit more comfortable. Yeah, and you got the 10 of Wands as well. So yeah, that kind of go like, okay, so whenever there's like a burden or something to be conquered, I feel like that's when you guys shine. Like, especially after you have conquered that, like you get that that validation, you get that kind of boost of energy, just like, yeah, I did it. It's like I'm trying to think of an example like that that's like kind of popular. So like, okay, so in shonen anime, there's always like this there's like Vegeta like characters. So if you've ever seen Dragon Ball Z, like you know what I'm talking about, like this character who's kind of like a loner. Like they have friends, but they don't accomplish things via the power of friendship. Like that's just not how they roll. They could be a part of like whoever is the person who is conquering via the power of friendship. Like they could be that person's support, but as far as they're concerned, like they do things mostly on their own, and they do get things done. They just do it in a more rigid way. Like there, it doesn't really involve other people. It's more like what they can do and what their capabilities are. That's what I'm getting for you guys. So, for any of my anime watchers, if you're at this pile, you know exactly who and what I am comparing you guys to. So this is not a bad thing at all. That means that when the chips are down, you are able to be your own support system, your own best friend, your own cheerleader, and it actually works for you guys. This is not the same for a lot of people. Like a lot of people need that outside support. They need something outside of themselves. It can't just be within themselves where they find their strength, but for you guys it's very much within the self. Even like with this page of cups here, I get the sense that when you do achieve something, because you are so focused on training, gaining knowledge, whatever it is that you do, it's kind of like a surprise sometimes that you have actually achieved it, because you were just, your nose was to the grindstone and like you wasn't really paying attention, and all of a sudden one of the things that you wanted to accomplish has been accomplished. You're just like, oh, okay, that's great. I mean, not that it's not a big deal when you accomplish something you really want to accomplish, but that's just how, like, how your mind works sometimes, where you're just focused on what you need to do and then you do it, and then all the while there's like other things working in the background, things that you worked on in the past that are coming to fruition. Let's see. So you could be very you could be financially stable or well off. You could also just be like in a place where you are proud of everything that has happened, everything that you have achieved and obtained. I feel like you've worked really hard for it if you're at this point. You could be approaching this point before a lot of you at the time when you're watching this reading, you're already there and you worked very hard for this. And it was all through, like, it was through grit. Like, that's where your power lies, like in your own self hard work. For some of you, this could also include your shadow. Like, it's not just work done in the physical realm. I feel like for some of you, it's shadow work as well. But that's still, I mean, not to like say that that's like less work or anything like that. That's still work. And I feel like regardless of which way you guys are working, when you actually buckle down and do it, like great things happen. And that is where your power lies. But let's see some of your oracle cards. So I'm going to start off with your spirit animal card, actually. So this says, chameleon spirit, act as if. Oh, it's not focusing. Okay. So with chameleon spirit, act as if, you guys could be excuse me, you could be kind of like the way you go about things is like a fake it till you make it type of energy. You could be more so in the energy of, well, in order for me to get this, I have to do this, and like you're just so matter of fact about it that that is how you accomplish what you want to accomplish. Like it's just so matter of fact for you. If you want to get to a certain weight, you have to eat these certain things, and so you're going to eat the certain things, like because you know it as a matter of fact. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And because you are acting as if, like as if you have already achieved the goal and you're just like maintaining the goal, that's how you get to your goal. So it's not necessarily a fake it till you make it for some of you. For some of you, you're actually putting in the work. So there's really nothing fake about it, but it is kind of acting as if, because you may not be 100% of the way there yet, but you're still acting like, yeah, I'm going to be there pretty soon. So it doesn't matter. I'm still just going to act like I've already got it. And that is great. I love that for you guys. for your I'll do your masculine and feminine cards. So for each of these cards, one is the feminine and one is the masculine. So this is going to say like the feminine and masculine aspects of your power. So for some people, like for example, if you are a masculine watching this, you may already know the masculine part, like aspect of where your power lies, and that could be what you operate on from day to day. But this is also going to reveal your feminine side so that you can take advantage of that as well. It's going to shed light on both the masculine and the feminine, so you know how you can take advantage of something that you already have that's already working for you. So I'm actually going to start off with your, now I'll do the feminine first. You have Pele, purpose. And I'm sorry I can't get it to, like, it was focusing earlier. I don't know what's going on now. But this is Pele, purpose. So I guess that's kind of like what I was saying. That reminds me of what I was saying before about how, like, once you know you have to do something, it's just as simple as doing it. Like that, the purpose is to get it done, and it could be that could be like just a part of a bigger purpose. So the purpose right now is to get it done because of this bigger purpose is that it's going to cause this, and so on and so forth. So I get the sense that you guys are very matter of fact in that way, and that once you have the purpose, you're just like you. That's all you need. It might not be fast. For a lot of the people that chose this pile, but I definitely feel like it is a more straight path. Yeah, like I don't think that you guys would have to like take like different routes. I feel like once you have your purpose, you have your goal, it is easy for you to go towards it because you know that you are capable of it and you know what all you need to do. Or if you don't know at the beginning, then you can find out, because that is a part of how you operate. It's where your power lies in your dependence of self. You have Dionysus, ecstasy. Okay, so I am not familiar with either one of these goddesses, so I am going to look them up. But I will say about this that you guys like with this Dionysus, I think you pronounce it Dionysus. He was in 300, was he not? Wasn't he in that movie? But with this card, I definitely feel like there is a certain pleasure in doing something yourself. Like, so the fact that you can do it yourself is like it really drives you. It's like it really makes you feel good that you didn't need anybody. But I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna start off with Pele. So it says, think clearly about your next steps. It is time to uncover your purpose, create something new, take action. Do not hide or hesitate. Balance your emotional extremes. So I'll go ahead and read the first paragraph. It says, Madame Pele, as Hawaiians refer to this fiery goddess, embodies one of the most active volcanoes in the world. This spectacular Halemaumau creator on Kilau volcano, I know I probably butchered that, I apologize, on the big island of Hawaii is said to be the goddess's home, where she creates new land from nothing but passion and fire. Wow, so you guys could have a lot of fire in your chart, in your birth chart. I feel like a lot of you are just really driven. Like I said before, I was getting Capricorn energy. But yeah, you guys have a lot of drive, and that because of that drive, you're able to create and do what you want and get what you want. And it's not, I feel like it's not like in a bad way. You're just able to, it's like, okay, I want it, what do I have to do to get it? I'm doing that, I've got it. Like it's really, I feel like it's really simple with you guys. But let me read Dionysus. Let's see, is he the only one that starts with a D in this book? I think so. Anyway, it says, let go, feel the freedom of pleasure at its most divine. Reject the mundane. So you guys probably are not, I feel like you guys are the least likely to be lazy so far of all the piles. Reject the mundane is just like, no, I don't want to be a couch potato. I want to do this, that, and the third. Like, there's so much in this life to experience, and you want to experience it. You want to do it. But it says we have all felt it at one time or another. That feeling of completely and utterly letting go, a feeling of total elation, sweet freedom and release. This is the free-flowing energy of the Greek god Dionysus. As one of the most misunderstood deities, many believe being a follower of Dionysus means nonstop partying, but honoring Dionysus goes far deeper than that. Okay, so I'll keep reading. Dionysus is a liberator. Women and minorities of ancient time were restrained in society and not as free to grow or contribute to society as they are now. The idea of having no restrictions and total freedom appealed to them. This made Dionysus popular, and his cult became powerful. The Maenads, women who served Dionysus, held the most secretive of rituals. His Roman equivalent, Bacchus, was the inspiration of the famous Bacchal. This is the word right here. Oh, I forgot. It's not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna sound it out. Bacchanalia festival. There you go. When slaves became masters, women dressed as men and as women, and laws could be broken without punishment. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this guy. Okay, so ecstasy, freedom, pleasure. That's what this deity is all about. So there's like a freedom with you guys when it comes to like the way you approach things. Like you're not, even though you know what you need to do, you're not so rigid about it. Like I feel like there's a certain kind of, like there's room for growth and whatever it is that you think and whichever way you think you need to get from A to Z, there's room to go, there's room for growth, there's room to like take another path. So you could be, instead of just like going like straight forward towards your path, you could be like, okay, well now I'm going over here because there's something I like over here. But over here, I don't think this is a distraction over there. I don't think it's like a step back or a detour per se. I feel like it's just a part of your journey of like loving life, of like just getting the most out of it. Getting the most out of whatever it is that you're doing. So whatever side tracks that you guys are taking, it's not a waste of time. It's something that you do for like fun, for rest, for a sense of freedom. Yeah, I feel like you guys really get the most out of like when you're able to accomplish something by yourself, but then you're also able to like take that break and do whatever you want. Like, so you're not so it's not just about the goals for a moment. It's more so about living life to the fullest. So your last card is respect. So with this card, I get the sense that you guys, there is a character that I am thinking of, and it's like it's like on the tip of my tongue. But what I'm trying to say is that the way people look at you and the way you look at other people really matters to you guys. I feel like it's a part of your power in a way, because when people look at you, they respect you for what you have been able to accomplish, and they also respect the fact that you could be free-spirited, you could be like you're not like a lot of the people that they've come across before. I feel like you have something about you that is from a work of fiction, like like someone who they would be more likely to come across in a novel or anime. And I feel like this is like everything I'm saying so far, like you guys have been using to your advantage. Like this is not something that needs to be tweaked or anything like that. Like you're already on the ball. Your power lies in the fact that you respect others as well. Like you're able to look at another person and they may be different from you, but you're still able to hear them out and like try to understand any differences that they may have. Like I feel like the way you respect other people has a lot to do with the way others perceive you, and it also has a lot to do with your power, because that is a part of the reason why others respect you, and that is a part of how you are able to flow and get from A to Z so effectively. It's kind of like that good leader vibes. Like you can't be a good leader without, like, you have to be able to achieve your goals, and you also have to be able to use like everyone who is under you. So you can't just like look at this person and be like, oh no, this person is wrong, this person needs to change. A good leader is able to use that person in a way that furthers the goal. So that's what I feel like for you guys. Lots of Capricorn and like earth and fire energy here. It's also a bit of air energy, because I feel like you guys are like, you're just loose enough in your intelligence and the way that you think that you're able to communicate and like work with people in a way like when you need to. I do feel like for a lot of the people that chose this pile, you are very much the person that gets things done on their own and it's not involving teamwork. But when you do have to be in a team, like you're able to Captain America, that thing where you're just like, okay, this person do this person do this, and it makes sense. Like everything that you're saying makes sense and it works out because you have that ability, you have that intelligence. And you're also just like, even if it's not intelligence, it's more so that like, oh, you see that this person, I guess you're not so fixed is what I'm trying to say. Like you're open-minded enough to see how these different or weird or other things or people going on around you can be useful, and so you're able to flow with it more. But let's get you guys some runes. Let's see. Some letters. And some numbers. And of course the charm box. So as per usual, I don't look in here as I shuffle around. I just shuffle around until I grab some charms. So I'm going to start shuffling now. Okay, so let's start off with the rune. It's not gonna focus, but this is a rune. This is called Dagaz. This is a rune that represents like the dawn, new awakenings, new starts. It's also like, it's like your own will pretty much. So it's like, I almost wanted to say like embarking on a new journey, or like when you get up in the morning, it's like, what do you want to do today? And that's like the theme of the day. It is also about transformation as well. Okay, so for your letters, let me put that right. You have Q, C, A, another A. Oh look, it focused. Okay, that's cool. And N. For your numbers, you have 11 and 7. And for your charms, oh, I like how you got the knight, because before I was thinking about like more straightforward movement, but as the reading went on, I was just like, no, you guys like change according to like what's good to do at that time. So the knight moves, this is a chess piece that moves in an L shape, so it's not straightforward or even diagonal. Like it's not one simple movement, I guess, like with the other pieces of the chess pieces. So for you guys, like I was saying before, you may have like a diversion, but the diversion isn't it's not going to feel like a step back or anything like that. It's more like a diversion for fun. So everything that you worked on is still valid and everything like that. So when you guys have to take like a side turn that's not directly towards your goal, it's not it's like you're not going off the beaten path or anything like that, because you have put so much work into what you were doing before you like kind of stepped off to have fun or to do this other thing, that it's not really going to affect you at all. So your power lies in that fluidity, but also in, of course, your sense of self and your self drive and your all the work that you put in that makes you feel good. So you have two little tea messages here. The first one says, life is a flow of love. Your participation is requested. So another card about flowing. You guys, so if you are like, if you do have like a rigid energy, this is a call to like loosen that up a bit, because you need to be able to take a time out in terms of your goals. It's not that you will not achieve your goals or anything like that. I really do feel like you guys very much achieve your goals. It's just that sometimes you're going to need to have more of a flowing energy with it. It's kind of like how, going back to that Vegeta reference. So if you ever watch Dragon Ball Z, and I'm really sorry because I'm about to spoil it if you have not seen it. It's a very popular anime. You probably did see it. Or you probably know about what I'm about to say. But pretty much what happens with that character is that he wants to be something. I'm not even going to specify. He wants to be something so badly. And like he's like training to be that something. And he's like he's putting all the work in pretty much. And the second he gives up, like the second he's just like not worried about it anymore, that's when he achieves it. So if you guys are having trouble accomplishing your goals, just remember to loosen up in that way, so that it's not like your whole life, your whole personality or anything like that, because then you might not be able to achieve it and you would need to let go in order to achieve it. So your other little tea message says, never regret your mistakes, admire the courage it took to attempt the unknown. So that's more about like any diversion off the path. It's not a bad thing. I feel like some of you need to hear that, because I've said it like, I don't know where I started saying that, but I feel like I've said this for like a lot. That whenever there is like a diversion from the path, it is not a bad thing. Some of you could be very goal focused, very goal oriented. Again, with that Capricorn energy, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like Aries as well. Yeah, so don't think of that as a bad thing. You are powerful enough that even if you divert a little bit, you'll still be like on the path. Like you're not gonna go like way out there, and if you do, like you'll know, like you'll have to purposefully go way out there knowing that that's what you're doing. But if you make a mistake, it's not as big of a deal as you are probably perceiving it to be. So just keep that in mind as you go forth with your goals. You have the green and blue car. So the cars represent travel, and you guys got the green and blue one. So the green is that corresponds with earth energy, and it's about realistic, stable movement, which I feel like you guys already know. Like I feel like you guys are already doing that or already plan to do that. I feel like it's just kind of naturally a part of whenever you guys make a plan or a goal to incorporate that realism in there. But you also have this blue one, and that represents water energy. So water energy is more flowing, it is more fluid. It also takes into account your emotions. So if something doesn't feel right, if you're like kind of listening to and like aligned with your heart chakra, you will not, like, you won't be able to stay there. You won't be able to keep doing the thing that makes you feel uncomfortable or bad, because it's just not going to align with you. Like you're going to feel like something is off. So whenever, I mean, it is good to feel good, but make sure that you stay in like a flowing energy. And if something feels off, just pay attention to that as well. So you have the silver bell. It's funny because the first two piles had the gold bell, but you guys got the silver one. So the silver corresponds with the moon, feminine energy, more water energy as well. So there is a call to look at because there so far has been like a lot of masculine type of energy and not really like inner or like the feminine energy. So this is more, I like how your charms kind of balanced it out a bit. But this is another like feminine charm to remind you to pay attention to your emotions and your inner world, because not only is it always good to have that balance, but it's always good to incorporate both, because if you have one without the other, then depending on the circumstance, you may come to regret that later. So make sure that you think about what you're doing in the physical world and how it will affect your inner world. So that's really important. So thank you for letting me read for you. Pile 3, that is all I have for you. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, comment down below, let me know how I did. Hit subscribe if you are not subscribed already. I am on Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and Reddit. I also offer personal readings. I will not reach out to you for a reading. Apparently, like, we have to say that now because yeah, like, people are out here doing bad things. So I will not reach out to you for a reading. You will have to contact me for that. That information is going to be down below as well as in my link tree. And I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. If you chose the Luna Somnia Tarot as well as the Mother of Pearl Crystal, then this is your reading. Where does your power lie? I think this is the third pile to get the 5 of Swords. Although the last pile had it in reverse. Okay, this is upright or reverse. Okay, 10 of Swords in reverse, and we also have the 5 of Cups. So far you have the Star, the Hanged Man, the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Swords in reverse, and you have the 5 of Cups. I'll get 2 more and then the back of the deck energy. Okay, back of the deck energy is the 6 of Wands. And you have, again, upright or reverse. I hate when it comes out like sideways or like partially upright. Okay, so that one was reversed. I think it came out that way too, so. And the 5 of Pentacles. So lots of 5s here. You have 3 5s. So the 5 of Cups, Chariot in reverse, 5 of Pentacles, back of the deck energy is the 6 of Wands. So you guys could actually thrive off of when things are not going so well. Like your power could be like when there's something that needs to be fixed. Like that's when you shine. This is similar to, I think it was Pal 2. Because they were more so like if their back was against the wall, like they were able to like more or less Super Saiyan their way out of it. Like they were able, like their power lies in the urgency of the situation, among other things. Like that pile had a lot going on. But for you guys, you could be like the kind of person that fixes things, like you're just really good at doing things like when the pressure is high. With the Chariot in reverse, so yeah, if you guys, Yeah, that kind of goes with what I was saying about like when things are not going well or when things are in strife. When things are in chaos, that could be where you shine, because I feel like you're able to somehow obtain victory from that. You have the Six of Wands, which is about victory and success. And you also have the Star and the Hanged Man here. So the Hanged Man is about seeing things from a different perspective. It is also Pisces energy. The Star is Aquarius energy. And the Chariot is Cancer energy. So yeah, I feel like where most people might think negatively of something when it happens, you are able to see that different perspective and able to make the most out of the negative or the fact that there's a lot of pressure. Because with the Five of Swords and the Five of Cups, I get the sense that you guys are able to, it's not that you're not acknowledging that like something has gone wrong, you're just able to flip it. Because even in like the Five of Swords and like the in the Rider Waite deck, it's like you see someone who's just won a battle. So like there's like one smug person standing up like closest to I guess the camera in this case, and then there's like two people that are defeated in the background. So your power could come out. I almost just heard bullying. Like that did come out, but take it as it resonates. But some of you could get your power from seeing things from a different way. That's different from a lot of people. You could also be you're like really good at like just changing things for the better. I feel like some of you, if either you or someone you know is like down and out, you're able to like flip that around, either by helping them, or like if it's you, then you're able to like flip that on its head via a different perspective, or yeah, mostly a different perspective. You're able to approach the situation in ways that others can't, or others just don't. But in the end, it does look like you succeed. So for you guys, I don't think this is like a dormant power for you guys. It's more so that you may not have looked at it in this way before. Where when your back is against the wall, the chips are stacked, or whatever that expression is, you are able to thrive from there. But let's see what your oracle cards have to add. So I'm actually going to start out with your feminine and masculine cards. So one of these cards is the feminine and the other is the masculine, and they will each show like the different sides of the coin. So if you are a masculine watching this, then you probably already have a good idea of how you are able to exploit or use your powers in the more masculine sense. But this feminine card is going to help you to approach it from that feminine angle, so that you can continue to get the most out of where your power lies and you can use it to its fullest extent. So you have Bridget, healing. So Bridget is a goddess of healing. Obviously she is an Celtic or Irish goddess. So her story is that like I know she had like a son that died, and like the country like where she lived was in like disarray, but her tears, like the way that they described it, it was like her cries united the people. So in a way, her sadness, her sorrow healed the people around her because she was able to transform it that way. Yeah, she also like represents opposites, like sacred fireplaces and also wells. So she's got like that fire and water opposite thing going on. So yeah, you guys, there's like a balance that like within your power, there is a balance of not only masculine and feminine energies, but more so like action and emotion. especially with this Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Like, I'm getting that you guys are able to use you're able to use it in a way where it's not just ignored, but you can transform it. You can use it for your benefit, is what I'm getting. Even with this Ten of Swords, like when you're down and out, I feel like you can use that to your benefit as well. So I guess that's more of like that when you're down and out energy, but yeah, it's like it's not the end. Like whenever something like that happens, it's not the end. It's just the opportunity for something new to arise from it. So you guys could have already known that. I feel so you could have been more in touch with your feminine energy, because I feel like a lot of the people that chose this pile actually already know that. But let's see for your masculine card. You have Loki play. So that's interesting. Loki is a trickster god. He that's Norse mythology, and he is known for like doing pretty much, I mean, it's not too far off from the Marvel version of Loki, I guess. Like he does go around playing tricks on people, just doing things that are sometimes not all that great. Yeah, so he's known for being a trickster and having more of a playful playful aspect about him. So with this Loki card for your masculine energy, I'm getting the sense that you guys, it's more that being able to transform energy. So like even if something is not going your way, you're able to flip it. And you guys will probably know this more because you know the Marvel movies. But whenever Loki, I'm talking about Loki in the Marvel universe, like whenever he's like going through something, like whenever he has trouble, he can normally just like get out of it in some way, shape, or form. He can like either charm or just like get out via his skill. So I feel like that works in your guys' favor as well. Like you're able to flip something, especially when things are like really, really like not where you want them to be. Your power lies in your ability to see that different perspective. So for your wishes card, you have courage. So this could take this takes a form of courage for you guys. I definitely feel like when other people see you doing this, they believe that you're courageous. For you guys, I don't think it's courage like when you do these things. I don't think it's courage in the way that most people think of it. I feel like it's more so courage. I feel like it's wit as well, like wit and just kind of like this raw transformative power. Because especially with the star here, I get the sense that you guys, because the star is about wishes and wish fulfillment, and it also corresponds with Aquarius, which is about inventiveness, reform, like intelligence. It's like all that with courage is what makes you able to transform the things that are not good. And I say that they're not good because like I don't want to say that they're like terrible, because if something really tragic happens, then you may not be as good at this. But for a lot of you that chose this pile, when something is just not right or not good, you're able to flip it because of your inventiveness. It could be your creativity as well, your different perspective, and also just you're very good at this almost like magician energy. But you may not think of it in such a mystical way. I feel like you think of it in more of a mundane way almost. But for your spirit animal card, you have Starfish Spirit, open to infinite possibility. So with the Starfish Spirit, yeah, you guys, I feel like you guys are it's gonna be different for each of you, but there's like almost like a spectrum of how much you are open to, like how the infinite possibilities that are available to you. Pretty much, some of you are aware that, like, yeah, if something happens, you could just change your perspective and do this. You could just change this and be like this. And others of you are more so in the, like, novice, like, kind of baby steps part of it, where you know it's not impossible, but you may not know how to fully tap into that yet. I'm actually going to read the book for that one. It's number 59. Okay. Stretch out on the beach. The starfish opens fully to the rays of the sun, to the power of potential. As you look out toward the horizon, do you open up to infinite possibility? Spirit is the source of opportunities beyond your wildest imagination and ensures endless possibilities are available. At this time, Starfish Spirit urges you to stretch past your limits of your everyday perception and comfort zone to dream of bigger things and imagine with even greater hope and faith. Yes, the star card for miraculous potential is shining down on you. Feel it, bask in it, and open yourself to be filled with inspiration. This is a very fortunate sign that Starfish Spirit has come to remind you of your infinite potential. And I will hold this here if you guys want to read the protection message. But yeah, you guys, some of you are more open and some of you are just like at the beginning stages, but that is where your power lies, in being open to the different aspects, the different ways of thinking, the different ways of approaching a situation. That is where your power lies. So let's get you some charms. We're going to start off with the runes, of course. And some letters. And numbers. Oh wow, you got 2 7s. So what did you get? Okay, you got Feihu. So Feihu, I'll get to that in a minute, but this is like stereotypically Freya's rune. And there's actually like stories of Loki and Freya. I don't know if you want to look that up, but that could be something interesting to you. Let me get the rest of your charms. So as usual, I don't look in here as I shuffle around. I just shuffle around until I feel like it's time to pull some charms out. So I'm going to shuffle now. Okay, so as I was saying, this rune is called Feihu. And it is associated with Freya, as well as abundance, luck, energy, creation, foresight, and wealth. For your letters, you have M or W, V, N, and G. For your numbers, you have 2 7s. So different people have different kind of meanings for the numbers. You do have a 7 here, but it's reversed. So the 7s, you can see it as associated with the Chariot card, which is Cancer energy, but they are also about diligence, spirituality, hard work, mysticism, and yeah. So that's for the 7s. Let me read you your T message. Never regret your mistakes. Admire the courage it took to attempt the unknown. So for you guys, when you make a mistake, it's not so much of a mistake. It's just something that you need to change your perspective on, if you think that, if you're coming from a place where you like just mostly think of it as a mistake. For some of you, this is something that you're already doing, and for the rest of you, it's going to be more so a way of thinking that you have to more so switch your thinking about, because your power lies in being able to move from that, being able to change the perspective up in a way that works for you. You also have attend to business today. Leave that street side flower alone. So I love this this little uh fortune cookie message because it's about focusing on what you need to focus on and not be distracted. So for you guys, if you are, and I feel like this may not be a huge issue. This could just be for a few of you. If you're in like a situation where you constantly you get distracted a lot, maybe you're more in the playful energy, or maybe you're just like you've got your hands in like several different pots. This is saying to like attend to the most important things first, and then make sure that you leave the other things like to the side. Not that you don't do them, you just you prioritize the most important things first. So you guys have the Knight and the, I always confuse this, Rook or Bishop. I always do that. This is the Knight. You know what? I am going to Google it real quick because I don't like not knowing. That was the Bishop. Okay. So this is the one. So this the Knight moves in an L shape. So for you guys especially, means that you guys need to be aware that you're not always going to go straight. You're going to have to go like this sometimes, or like this, or whatever, because when your power lies in your ability to take a negative and turn it into a positive, or take a negative and still work with it. So the Bishop is a piece that moves diagonally, so it doesn't move straight forward or straight back or straight from side to side. It moves diagonally across the chessboard. So yeah, that's more of like that different way of thinking. It's just like, I don't necessarily have to go straight, backwards, forward, side to side, or in an L shape. I can just go diagonally. Like, that is an option. And I feel like you guys know that in a lot of the situations that you're in. Like, you know there's another way to approach things, another way to look at things. And if you've kind of been like sleeping on that part of yourself, make sure that you wake it back up, because that's going to be really useful for you. So you have the green bells. So the bells represent belief, and the color green represents earth energy. So like stable energy, prosperity, luck, money. So you guys are going to have good luck in those areas if you really stick to the whole switch up the perspective part of your power. So yeah, I feel like this isn't something that is just something that you do in your day-to-day life. That's how you get through life in general. It will actually yield good results for you if it has not already. Yeah, I definitely, yeah, especially like with the Star card and the Six of Wands. Yeah, definitely. So if you guys have not encountered this already, you are going to, as long as you really take advantage of this power that you have. So last but not least, you have the clear quartz points. So the clear quartz is, it's kind of like the stone collector, the crystal collector's bread and butter. It's like the first crystal that a lot of people get. And it is a magnifying, amplifying stone. You can pretty much use it for whatever you need to use it for. So a lot of people just use it to amplify the stones or the energy around, like where they place the stone. They can use it for protection. They can use it to just feel more of the good aspects of themselves, like to put that more in the forefront. But yeah, it's a very good all-around crystal. Definitely recommend it to people who are going to like look into crystals and start collecting maybe, or just research. That's a good place to start. So that is all I have for you. How for? If you like this read, oh, then thank you for letting me read for you, because this was interesting. I really liked this reading. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know how I did. Hit subscribe if you are not subscribed already. I am on Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, and Reddit, and I also offer personal readings. I will not reach out to you for a reading, but if you are interested, all that information is going to be in the description box below. So I will see you guys soon in another video. Bye.